Hey guys, what's happening? My name is Marcus Baptist. Others may know me as Rebel Rango. And I am the CEO slash part owner of Buscalele. Buscalele is an events company as well as a media company. We do comedy skits. Basically, we are an entertainment company. And this series of videos is basically the history behind the events. So normally, on a Wednesday, we'll post a comedy video. But for this particular video, I want to go behind the events aspect of the company. I want to give you guys a little history on the events. So for this particular video, we'll be touching on the event named Dreamworks.
Buscalele.
So, this particular video, we go into the history behind Dreamworks, which is Buscalele's pajama themed event. Normally, around the time of the year that we have this is after the Lent period, so it may fall in the April. Yes, most of the time it's in the month of April. I don't think it ever had a time that it wasn't, right? We had two so far and a virtual event due to the pandemic that we are currently facing in the world, right? So the first Dreamworks actually started in 2018, right? Now, I just want you to bear with me. I may stumble from time to time because this is just straight off of the top of my head. I don't have any cards or anything to follow, any guide or anything to follow. I'm just plain talking right off the top of my head, right? Trying to get it in one take, so not too much of chopping, So, well, let's go back. How did we come about doing the Dreamworks event? All right, so we go back to 2015. Now, we always wanted to have that brain cooler, that icebreaker, You just come off of a fast, you want to go out, you want to line, you want to party, you want to give something to our patrons, right? So we always teamed the event right after Lent. Always did that. But before, for those of you who have been following us for years, you would know that our first official solo Buscalele event was in 2014. It was a house party by the name of Grand Fiesta, right? So, with that being said, that was like the trial run, really piecing the committee together, forming a proper organization, learning from our mistakes, our hiccups, working on where we need to get better on what areas, how to separate the workload. That is a very important factor, a very crucial part. We're not going to really get into that now. However, if you follow my personal YouTube page, Rebel Rango, I will get into that. I actually want to teach people and give people information on how to go about having an event, how to go about building a career, building a following, and all those things. I actually want to start it like next month. But let's get back to the Buscalele side of things, right? So, around that timing, which was 2014, that's when we sat back and we was like, all right, cool, we need to work on some things. So then we had the idea that, we need to do a event after Lent because, we need to cater to our patrons, they want to party after Lent, they've been locked down. We can't just come and hit them something summer, No, we need to get them something in between because the time frame was too long to not have anything to go to. So we came up with an idea for an event by the name of South Vibes. Now, for those of you that may know, there's a certain cocktail that we always give out in our events, right? If you come to events, you would know the name. That is one secret I'm not going to let out in this video. If you come to events, you would know the name of the cocktail. Or you would see it if you follow the page, right? The previous name of that cocktail actually was South Vibes. So we decided that, we would take that and create an event around it, right? Fast forward though, I don't want to go too in depth with that because we're really talking about Dreamworks here, right? Fast forward a little bit. What we had was a break-in period. we had a party by the name of Purple Fever that we wanted to end that trilogy. And that was around, sorry, I actually don't want to call it trilogy because we had events previously before. So if you would big up to my brethren, Keza, who was the founder of that particular event. So if you really want to fast forward, look out for when we're going on the history of Lighthouse, and I will go more into depth about Purple Fever, right? But we had a little break that we didn't do no events for almost a year, basically. I wanted to revamp. I wanted to tweak the brand. We had hiccups in the last event, and I wanted to, kind of just make everything form properly going forward. More structure, more discipline, a better event, I mean, we will always encounter problems no matter what, but I wanted to lessen the amount of problems that we encountered. So we went forward and we decided, you know what, we need to replace Salt Vibes. We don't want to do Salt Vibes again because we just changed the name of the cocktail. So we need to replace it with the event. What could we do? We came up with why people always dressing up. Why not give them something where they could dress down, right? So we came up with this idea, the pajamas event. No, we had the idea, but we didn't have the name, right? Normally, for the people who know me, are very crucial with the name because the name goes back to the branding. When I create a logo for event, that logo never changes. Now, notice that I said logo and not name because the event in itself is a brand. So when I create that logo for the event, when I create that concept, that logo doesn't change. It may upgrade, but it never changes because I always want you to see that. When you see that, that's the event that we went. No, that's the event they was advertising last year. Cool. So going more forward, we decided, you know what? We're gonna do it. Then I came up with the name Dreamworks. Yes, Dreamworks is a studio, but nobody said we can't use it for the name of our event, right? So we went forward, and the first Dreamworks would have been 2018, right? We did it in Ducks Ranch Hall. It was fairly good. I would say average. I believe it was about between 200 and 250 patrons, which of course would have been a drop from our annual event, Still Sober, but it still was, to me, I was satisfied because remember, this is a new concept. This is something that people didn't accustomed to. Like, you couldn't come out and party in your pajamas. Like, why? Like, we had to convince people of this level of vibe now, So it was good. We hired the DJs we had from that. We just hired Junior K from Boom Champions. We hired DJ Kai from Boom Champions. We hired Diego Martians, which is Hands and Gonzo, for those of you who may know. Of course, myself, Coco International, and Beast Boy, the normal Buscalele DJs, we was there. Scarface, big up to Scarface as well. These were the DJs that were there for the event. After, however, when we went on to 2019, what we had was we decided to transform the event a little bit because we actually never did a boat ride before. So people was like, yo, y'all should do a boat ride thing, y'all should do a boat ride, try a boat ride. I was like, all right, cool. But I didn't want to really disrupt the timeline of the events. I didn't want to add something that might take away from another event that we're trying to build. So I was like, you know what? Let's put Dreamworks into the boat ride. It's like Dreamworks into the boat ride. And this is what I like about my community. We don't always agree on things, but as long as somebody could come with a proper explanation as to why we think we should do it, it's always a go. Right? So he was like, yo, let's try it as the whole thing. I was like, people been asking for a boat ride, think about it. Pajamas, boat. There's like, but we cool. I was like, not really. Pajamas, they warm because they made for the night. if you really think about it, like you guys keep thinking lingerie. Lingerie is not pajamas, that's underwear. Like, yo, real pajamas, like onesie thing, that's to keep you warm. So why not do a night ride, come in your pajamas? It's more a relaxed feel on a boat ride. Come on, and we try it. I was actually a success. We the patrons was around 300. We hired MC Fly, CSI Khaled, Beast Boy played as well. I myself DJ as well. It was nice. Then we were supposed to, do it again, and this time we decided that, yo, well, you know what, we'll take it to the club. So we already organized. We was gonna do the club next in South Park, and then, well, the pandemic hit. I think that I want to do a part 2 to this, because this video is actually kind of long, right? But I wouldn't release the part 2 next week. I'll release the part 2 probably further down, because I know some of you guys might actually want to see a comedy video. So I'll get that next week, right? Probably further down in the middle of somewhere. The part 2 is to go more in depth to the event, but as you may see, I've actually showed some clips of the event so you guys can see what it was about. Upcoming now, we will have another live 2021, as well as we're gonna incorporate a mixtape just to give you guys the feel through your ears as we're home, right? So I just want to say, you guys, thanks again for listening. I hope that you tune into the live. We prompt you to tune into the live. We have giveaways, lots of vibes. You're gonna be entertained, totally entertained. All right, it's Dreamworks the 24th of April. That's this month. All right. Log in on your pajamas. Come vibes with us. Thing. Yeah. And we get you ready. It's on live on Instagram and Buscalele's Facebook, right? So it's the 24th of this month. Dreamworks Live. We start at 8. We go till 12 a.m. in the morning, right? Big up to the whole team. Big up to Case of Concepts. Case of Concepts has really been putting in work in terms of the media and stuff with us. Big up to Beast Boy, excellent DJ. Big up to Coco International, excellent DJ. Big up to all the other Buscalele members that have been helping us through this pandemic to create content to entertain the supporters of the brand. All right, and stay tuned. Next week, we will give you a comedy video. Just remember, every Wednesday at 7 p.m., Buscalele releases a video. You know why? Because it's Buscalele right through.